Studio, the best show in town. Best show in town, best show in town. Lights on, mic check, game time, let's go. Jay George, Scotty running the show. Rock on the mix, keeping it tight. NFL talk every day, every night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I am your glorious sunburn host, J.A.
You are looking a little pink around the edges.
There's a bit
I
of,
like it, though.
There's a bit of sun today. I didn't enjoy it.
No, it's good for you, bro. A bit of vitamin D.
Now we're talking.
It gets the blood pumping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I've heard about that. Obviously, we're joined
Ladies.
by Georgie Boy, as always, the great spanakopiter himself.
King of
Scotty's
the vitamin D.
Scotty's back from his denim poisoning, as George said on Sunday night.
Back from the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found out that the cure for denim poisoning is to get a velour tracksuit. So we've got him a George Costanza all velour tracksuit now.
Please, I will. If you, I'm not even joking. Get it? I'll wear it on the show.
Can we all get velour
Dude, you might never
tracksuits?
take it out. You might never take it off.
We should
I
get
won't.
velour
That
tracksuits
thing will
like
start walking itself around when I'm finished.
like overalls at a factory. We should just have our velour suits that we put on when we walk in,
I love it.
all different colors.
I'm in.
Someone donate.
Is velour expensive?
I don't know. Can we get a sponsor?
Sponsorship. Send us
Yeah.
some velour suits. We need it. Speaking of sponsors, we've got our Sporting Globe, Churnside
our real
Park,
ones, yeah.
our real sponsors who, Dave, if you're listening, velour suits. Sporting Globe
Make it happen.
branded velour suits.
Can't even be that expensive, surely not.
I'm looking into it. It's now my job to not do.
I'm almost going to look at it now.
Yeah. Make sure you download the Sporting Globe app. Change your sponsorship to the Vault NFL podcast. Get in there, get a meal, get your voucher on your birthday. Discounts everywhere. So make sure you get after it. Support our sponsors. We got a bit of a fun show tonight.
Hey, man, do we ever?
So we thought it might be time with the playoffs starting to form and the team starting to become contenders.
It's definitely, the picture is definitely becoming clearer.
It is. It is. So we thought we'd do an episode of contenders and pretenders.
Love it.
So we'll go through kind of the 8 or 9 teams that are competing for the playoff spots in each conference. And then we've split them up, and each guy will have a few teams that they're going to sell why they think they're contenders or pretenders.
And we agree or disagree. And
Yes.
you can watch, and then you can agree or disagree in the comments.
It's just going to be debate class.
Love it.
Have you ever been around a podcast?
All you and I do is debate and punch on, Scott.
Oh, do we? I thought we were mates.
No, we are mates. I didn't say we're not mates.
If George isn't mates with you, just won't argue. Be like, fuck off.
I'm not mates with you. I just won't talk to you, bro.
Oh, that's why you left me on red.
Who we got first, Jimmy?
We have the New England Patriots, who are the number 1 seed in the AFC, currently 11-2 after a big win over the Giants on Monday Night Football.
That game was over at quarter time, just quietly.
It was the Giants are the most. Their kicker hit the ground in front of the ball. That's how inept they are.
Well, truth be told, the game was over when that punt return was returned to
Oh,
the
yeah,
house for a touchdown.
for sure.
Like, this is
What was it? 17-0 at that point before the first quarter?
Yeah, then they got to 17-7, and then it should have been 10-17 just before the half, but then they
that's right.
stuffed it
You know
up.
what?
And then they drove down the field. Patriots got another field goal before the half, making it 20. And
If they kick that field goal, that's a game.
yeah.
That's a game.
Well, either way, I don't think the game would have mattered because Jackson Dart is just trying to kill himself on a football field.
Sign me up.
I'm speaking directly because he obviously watches.
Oh, obviously.
And listens, obviously.
Obviously.
Between reading his playbook and slaying on the P.
Yeah.
He's slaying pussy. Jackson, my friend, and I've said this before on this show, every rookie quarterback brings something with them from college that they need to get out of their game when they get to the pros. Yours, my friend, is trying to truck linebackers and safeties. Please stop. You're playing with your life and you're playing with your career. Every time you do it, your career shortens by an incremental amount. Stop doing it. Get down or get out of bounds, for God's sakes.
Yeah, he just takes hit, and he's just come back from a concussion protocol, and then
Exactly.
like I respect it in a way, but he's not going to be around long enough if he keeps doing
you shouldn't
this.
respect it. You should condemn it.
I still think it takes a bit of time to learn the speed
Yeah,
and
potentially.
how quick those linebackers cover and how quick those ends come out to the flat. And I think once he gets to that, and I'm hoping that he slides before they take his head off.
Yeah,
I think it might be like a year 2 thing because Josh Allen was quite the same.
Yes, he was. I think it's a speed of the game issue, not a like macho man issue.
No,
I think he just
that's what I mean.
genuinely doesn't realize.
See, that's where I disagree. I think it's a
macho.
macho man thing. That's why I'm saying it's going to be difficult for him to get, because the speed is a factor. There's no doubt the speed is a factor because everyone in the NFL is fast.
Yeah,
but just fucking get down, bro.
Yeah, it's
Just get down.
it's becoming a bit out of control.
Live to fight another day. Like every time he gets hit, like you see that hit, the sideline hit that he copped.
Oh yeah.
Or what about the where he slid late and then the tackler hit him over the top and hit him right in the fucking helmet? Like,
Yeah.
dude, you just come back from concussion, you just got jacked up.
Yeah.
What are you
Look,
doing?
if Tua can learn it, I've got faith.
Yeah, true. Tua had to learn it.
But that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't want it to get to that stage with him because I like him and I want him to do well. I don't want it to get to that stage where it becomes a problem and then like a strong gust of wind and he's in concussion protocol, bro.
or he's in
brain-
one of those
his brain's gonna
mechanical
turn into
chairs and
pea
he's
soup by
dribbling
year
on
five.
himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, we want that to be Scatterbo, the person who's meant to do that, as he's beating up chairs with his head.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say.
He's a psycho, that guy.
Yeah, he's a lost cause. That's why I'm not even talking about him.
Well,
he's
and
good.
he's
He's
a
good.
running back. He's
Yeah.
built to do it.
Yeah.
Right? He knows what he's doing. out
Look,
there.
he knew he was a fourth
He's like one of
rounder.
those dinosaurs with that big dome fucking head that they have, just built for battery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the Patriots. Good win. 11-2.
they're
One seed.
they're gonna win the division, and
Divisions.
I've actually gone the other way on the Patriots. I have them as a contender.
Okay,
and-
yeah.
And I know they haven't beaten a ton of good opposition, which is fair. It's a very fair thing, but they keep winning, right? And this defense is physical. It's very, very well coached. They don't make a lot of dumb mistakes. And then I also think that Drake May has another gear to go to when the playoffs start.
Sure.
And that's why, like I said, I'm not saying the way I look at contender or pretender is, do I think they can win a Super Bowl? Not will they, because only one can do it and it's very, very hard. I think the Patriots are starting to build a recipe as the number one seed in the AFC, which they're probably going to be number one seed, at the very least number 2 seed. They're going to have home field advantage, a tough team, young talent. I think there's
Good coach.
There's a chance they can put a bit of a run together.
Absolutely. Especially if they're the 1 seed and everything has to go through Foxborough.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
And don't get me wrong,
What?
I understand they haven't beaten a lot of really, really good teams, but they are just
Well, they're beating the Bills.
they're beating the Bills and
That's
I think
it.
the Bears. They're beating the Bears as well. I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm certain they beat the Bears. Oh no, because the Bears have won a certain amount in a row.
No, they haven't. I've got it up now.
Yeah.
So my issue with them is that there's too many games that they play against a lesser opponent, and they've just only won luck.
Yep.
Like the Falcons, who are fucking
shit.
shit, should have beaten them.
Yep.
And then they had another game recently where they should have lost, and they just got over the line. I think the Buccaneers had a late score, and that one was 28-23. So that was well in hand.
Yeah.
The Bengals.
Yeah, I was
Bengals,
going to say
yeah,
The
last
Bengals had so many opportunities, and if that was Joe Burrow, they're done.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong.
So-
I just think with the position they're going to put themselves in come playoff time, they're in a position to not be a pretender. I think calling them a pretenders too harsh. They
Can't
can
be a 1 seed to be the pretender.
You
That's
can.
what
Can't.
Oh, you
can.
You definitely can. But I think
I think they are.
their coaching and their players are starting to play better every week. Like even they didn't have who's a left tackle? I always forget
Will
his name.
Campbell.
They didn't have Will Campbell. They put in the backup. You watch them coach for the fact that they didn't have their starting tackle in. They moved the pocket. They got
Sure.
away from it.
Yep.
Now against really good teams, it's going to be harder, right? But the Giants have a pretty ferocious pass rush, and they didn't really get pressured all day.
But is the Giants' pass rush just declined dramatically in the last 5 or 6 weeks?
I think
They're not really getting after it
I
anymore.
think it was oversold and underdelivered is what I think.
Dexter Lawrence has had a really down season in his standard.
Yeah.
Thibodeau's completely disappeared, as he always does. He flashes early and then falls apart.
Abdul Carter's just beating his meat in team meetings.
Oh my God. Abdul Carter getting caught watching porn in a team meeting because his headphones disconnected is
Peak
what
comedy,
are you
bro.
doing? Like,
And I said this in the group chat and I'll say it now on the podcast. And that boy, because I won't call him a man because he's a boy, doing
Yeah.
dumb shit like that. That boy had the audacity to ask the Giants organization to unretire Lawrence Taylor's number so that he could wear it. Buddy, you and Lawrence Taylor are so far from being in the same conversation. It's not even funny.
Yep.
Like you both play football and that's where it ends.
I actually think Abdul Carter is one of the most disappointing rookies this
Extremely.
season.
He's in entering bus category.
Well, he hasn't necessarily been bad. It's
Anyway,
just
Patriots.
Sorry, Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, I've got them a contender. I think if you said a lot of things have to go right for him, but I think they can do it. And we'll know more when they play the Bills. I think it's not next week, the week after.
Yeah, they got the bye. They come back and play the Bills, and then they got the Ravens.
Yeah, so
And
the
we
next
will
couple of
know
weeks are going to
those 2
tell us.
weeks.
As of right now, with the info, as I said, we talked about this a lot the last couple of weeks. the information that's being put in front of my eyes, and I watched that whole game on Monday Night Football, and they physically dominated.
Yeah, they beat up
like
the
it almost
Bucs,
didn't matter what the score said. They dominated that game.
That team fired their coach and they're going to fire their GM.
Yeah, they're playing for nothing. I
Soulless
get it.
team that they beat. I think when the Bullets are flying for real, then I'm not going to say they're going to roll over and die. They're going to get. They don't have the talent level against these other contending teams, and I think that was all over. They can't run the ball.
Yeah, who else in the?
Who are you referring to as these contending teams?
I would say still the Bills. If the Bills played them in a playoff setting, even in Foxborough, I would say that the Bills would probably be the favorite.
I would.
Not unless. No, they wouldn't be the favorite. No,
I think they still would be.
They still would be.
It'd be a 1.5 point Patriot
favored on the road against the 1 seed.
Yes,
I think so.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
I don't. I'm not going to say you guys are wrong. I'm saying I don't know about that.
Yeah, I said the Bills have had their issue. The Bills.
I would say the Chargers.
Not with their injuries. No.
But their defense is lights out.
Their defense played pretty well. We'll talk about a few of them later.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, which I think this is you, Georgie boy.
No, it's me.
Oh, this is Scotty. He's got his Denver Broncos. They are the number 2 seed in the AFC, 10-2, and are currently 6-0 at home this season. Shout out to Tommy for doing the graphics as well. What an
absolute weapon,
this kid.
Get the video up, guys, either on YouTube or
Please.
Spotify, and watch it because it's you're wasting Tommy's work not watching it.
I know my head is rough to look at the best of times, but you just need to appreciate the graphics, please.
And wear glasses for my head.
Yeah, no, you're okay. You're not that sunburned. It's
Oh,
okay.
very. You know what? I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, you needed that.
I did. I needed that today. It's been a real day, guys.
Go. It's been a day.
All right,
What do you
Broncos. I have absolute pretenders.
Yeah,
I was not
And-
surprised by this at all.
I'm not surprised.
Can I-
at all.
I can see through the record. The defense has been inconsistent at best.
Yep.
They can play well in patches. They also let bad teams. They keep bad teams in games.
Yep.
Which where I'm going to go for this. The Commanders have no business being in that game.
No, with Mariota. I have an argument that I think Mariota is a lot better than what people give him credit for.
Yes, he's also a number 1 overall pick, but
Was he number 2?
I think
After Winston, yeah, he was 2.
He was 2,
But
yeah.
either way, he's a top. He's a top
anyway,
pick.
that defense is disgusting from Washington, and it took overtime and a missed 2-point conversion for them to win that game.
Oh, and don't get me started on the penalties. Washington, and I'm the first to shit on Washington. They got absolutely.
They got rinsed.
There was a play where they called it a sack, right? Where they came back and then changed it to a sack, where the defensive end kicked the guy and tripped him.
Yes.
But because they can't do a penalty after on replay, it was given as a sack and they lost 15 yards. Then there was an intentional grounding, which by even the rules analysts who rarely go hard against the refs, right? Or like that's an outrageous call, outrageous decision.
Yeah, normally they're very on
by
defense.
every form of the rule that is not intentional grounding.
Yep.
And then they still got him, and then they still let
converted
Washington
a third
convert
down.
a 3rd and
Yeah.
25.
Yep.
Like, and then the one that Debo Samuel, like Riley Moss is a real issue for Denver. He's just not playing well. There's some holes in that team.
Yeah, Riley Moss is struggling. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So they've got a 13-11 win against the Jets. That was in London. So bad win, but a win. The Giants that they won, but they were down 26-0 in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
Shouldn't have won that.
That was a huge comeback.
They did beat the Cowboys convincingly.
Yep.
They beat the Texans when Stroud got hurt in the 2nd quarter.
Yep.
And they still gave up 5 field goals. They beat the Raiders 10-7, which I think a Pee-wee football team could beat the Raiders right now.
They're horrendous.
They're beyond.
Division game.
I don't care.
It was on the road.
No. I don't care.
The Raiders are awful.
Yeah, I know, but they still won.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the
Okay.
point why they're pretenders.
Okay.
Remember, he's selling a theory, right? A fact.
Yes. And then they got a good win against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs also had every opportunity to win that game as well. That was not a convincing win as
And
well.
we might be at the point now where like
Are the Chiefs that good?
like I said, we got to start trusting our eyes, right?
Yeah. But
It's telling us they're not that good.
But so the Jets, the Giants, the Texans, who are a decent defense, the Raiders and the Chiefs and the Commanders, they're letting these real bottom feeder teams hang around, and they have all had opportunities to beat Denver. Denver, 9-2?
Yeah, 9-2.
They could easily be 5 and
whatever it is.
yeah,
5 and 7, I think. It would be.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Let's not do the math.
Yeah,
but they
5
could.
and
Yeah,
6.
you're right. They've. Okay, can I just say one thing on the Broncos? Because shout out to Collinsworth because he actually made me think about this. At what point? Yes, these are all valid points from you, 100%. At what point is that the sign of a good team, though, that they're just finding a way to win these games? The offense isn't great. Bo Nix isn't playing great.
When Scott likes the quarterback, that's when.
No, he likes Bo Nix.
I like Bo Nix.
I'm the one that hates Bo Nix.
Yeah, I like Bo Nix. When they win hard-fought games against good teams.
Yeah.
Because you can't win hard-fought games against shit teams and be considered a serious contender.
Yeah, I don't think you're unfair. I think there's some holes in this team, and it's like, similar to what we talk about. Like, they are literally the Eagles 3 weeks ago, where it was they're just getting over the line. Yep. But the difference was the Eagles were playing good teams at least. These guys aren't even playing good teams.
Yes,
they're playing crap teams all the time. And their offense it's a real issue.
Yeah,
it's a massive issue because Bo Nix is extremely hot and cold. His best is quite good, but his worst is it's like JJ McCarthy sort of stuff. Like he's
not quite that bad.
He's the worst quarterback ever. So, but like it's bad, right?
It is bad.
The difference between them is
the problem.
It's a massive chasm between his best and his worst.
And when they have enough talent on offense, they've got enough playmakers on offense.
Yep.
That they should be putting points up on everyone, and they're not doing that. Like
the media, the commentary team yesterday were trying to sell me who's the running back that got hurt that was at the Ravens and at the Chargers last year.
Dobbins.
They were trying to sell that, not having Dobbins is a massive loss for this team. It's like, Dobbins has barely played in the past 5 years. If that's your selling point, that the offense is struggling because Dobbins isn't playing.
And if you're building the offense around him,
and there was some runs where the running back was getting hit in the backfield, and they're like, if that was Dobbins, he probably cuts that back and
but
might
Dobbins
make a
is
play.
An old man now. He's got no movement.
It's just the fact that you're trying to sell, and I get what the commentary have to do. They're trying to sell. They're very positive driven. The NFL commentary. That's what they do.
They do work for the NFL.
Yeah. So they're trying to sell the product as well. But there's I'm not. I think I'm with you on the Broncos. I just don't think I haven't seen it yet. I said I'm not saying that it won't turn, but right now I'm with you too.
I base this on the same for the Patriots. It's Patriots home game in the playoffs. I wouldn't be shocked if they're an underdog.
No,
the Broncos.
I don't think so.
It depends who they get, really.
If they get a Ravens or a Bills, which is very likely for the Patriots and the Broncos,
they'll be playing the 7 seed week 1.
Yeah, which would be
the Jaguars probably.
No, Jags
or the Texans.
Jags or Texans. Would you be shocked if they're a 1-point favorite against the Texans?
Because we'll talk about Texans later, but they're working out their offense a little bit. It's not great still, but you can see them working through it at least.
Yeah.
And
Bo Nix can't score against the Jets.
That's what I mean. Like they'll struggle to score against them.
Yeah. But would you be shocked?
No, not at all.
If you're a 2 seed, home field advantage, 1-point favorite, you are not a contender.
Yeah, that's fair. And if you're a contender, you need to be your first game.
Favorite.
It's like you're winning. There's no doubt. Like we're not even. If you lose, it's the biggest shock ever.
Yeah.
And I don't. Yeah, I reckon you're right there. Then they're probably not going to be that big a shock.
Yeah.
Joy, have you got them? What do you reckon on them?
I'm leaning towards contender only because I think their defense is good enough to keep them in any game they play.
Fair. That's fair too. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on contender. I'm just leaning towards it. I'm doing a Jimmy. I'm on the fence.
You're on the fence. That's very good from you. All right, we've got Georgie's first one, which is the Jacksonville Jaguars, currently the 3 seed and leading the AFC South. After some upsets, or not really an upset, after some losses this week.
Colts lost, and
the Texans beat the Colts.
So
that propelled them they're now leading the division.
So I've got here pretenders, and I've written a comment, but the signs are pointing in the right direction.
I think they're pretenders this year. I think I agree with you.
Pretenders, but their signs are. But like Lawrence is playing. I mean, he hasn't been fantastic, but he's playing better. I mean, first year in a new scheme with Cohen. I think Cohen is a good coach.
Yep.
I think he was the right move. I think things are pointing in the right direction. They've got enough talent on that team, especially on defense.
Yep.
Plenty of talent there. They can get after the quarterback. Maybe another 2 pieces on offense can really propel them next year.
And like, in fairness,
Kobe Myers has been a good addition.
Yeah, and they're missing I think they're missing Travis Hunter as well. I think that you take away a top pick. Obviously, Brian Thomas Jr. hasn't played a lot the last few weeks. I think he was back in this game this week.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
And
some reason I watched this game.
And they beat the shit out of the Titans, which is no big calling card in today's NFL. They're horrendous. But if they can get Brian Thomas going a little bit, I think there's just some. I think you're spot on because there's some more learning to do for this team,
Absolutely.
and it's not this year. But if you're in first year with a new coach, new system, and you can make the playoffs still, the signs are pointing in the right direction.
Yes, trending in the right direction.
That's what I'm saying. Like the arrow's definitely pointing up. And if these guys, all right, I don't think they can win the division. I think the Colts, should be the favorite, and the Texans are coming home with the tailwind, as we can see. But if they can sneak in as a 7th seed, like you'd think, shit, like that's a win.
I'm telling you right now,
that'd be better than a 7th seed.
I'm telling you right now, the Texans are winning this division.
Yeah, I agree.
The way that, and the way they play.
Who would have thought that at week 13 or whatever you are, that the AFC South is where the hot competition is.
And
it's hot competition from a lack of good team.
I disagree. Look, there's 2 teams with 8 wins in that division, bro.
And then what? The Texans got 7. I think.
Yeah, come on, man. You can't say that. That's not right. That's not.
Oh,
right.
you can say
a good division though.
Yes, it is. They're all probably going to win 10 games, mate.
The NFC West is going to sweep the whole division.
Yeah, but the NFC West have got a very, very easy schedule this year too.
All right.
Yeah, because they're playing that division.
Congratulations, Scott. But what I'm saying is in the AFC South, there's going to be 3 teams with 9 or 10 wins. That's a good division.
There's potentially going to be 3 teams in the playoffs from that division.
That's what I'm saying.
Potentially at this point.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So who would have
That's
thought?
probably more of a slight on the AFC though. I don't think the division.
The AFC's dropped. Like they've got some teams that have just really they've just fallen off.
I think Pretender 100% only because this team lives and dies on their opportunistic defense.
Yeah.
And I think once the bullets are flying, you're going to be playing against some well buttoned up organizations. They're going to protect the ball a lot better.
Yep.
And if you're relying on turnovers to win games, it's not a recipe for success.
Yep.
And the running game's gone.
Yeah, they're struggling to run the ball.
Yeah.
That's fair. Like I said, we'll see how they play out. Again, I think it's a good little rebuild for them.
But if they get 2 turnovers in a playoff game, they're every chance.
100%
Fair. That's a pretty fair call, actually.
Yeah. All right, I've got my next team, which is the Baltimore Ravens. They're currently the 4 seed. They are 6-6, so they're not traveling that well. They're 4-1 the last 5 games. They had a bad loss to the Bengals last week with Joey Burr back, which makes a huge difference, as we know.
Is that a bad loss or a good win?
Both.
Yep. Both.
Like the Ravens, with the position they were in, it cost them, right? And I think we kind of slept on their 3 games before that, where they just beat the Jets, they just beat someone else, but they played some pretty crappy
Browns,
teams.
I think, as well.
The Browns,
yeah.
The Browns are a slightly different kettle of fish than the Jets because their defense is so strong.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, there's some issues, and this should be no secret. I have them as pretenders.
Yeah,
and I seriously think they'll win the division still. I don't think Pittsburgh are very good. I think they'll beat them twice. They'll win this division. I think actually the biggest threat to them in this division is the Bengals because they're only 2 games. They're only a game and a half behind the lead.
Yeah.
So if the Ravens have a couple of bad losses and the Bengals get going, it can really this is going to be an exciting run home. But I think they'll win the division still. But there's something wrong with Lamar. He's not running the ball. It's obviously injury. He's just not right. You can tell
100%.
He's not playing the same way he always does, and that's his big strength. But I just think everything is leading towards this team. It's over. The Harborough era is over. They need to start they need a little mini rebuild like they did with the Bills did a couple of years ago, where they
cut some salaries, get some young guys,
cut some old guys, regroup. Like, I think we talked about this on Sunday, but Kyle Hamilton having to play 9 different positions when he's coming back from an injury, like, they feel very desperate, and I can sense the desperation, and I just don't think it's there.
They were desperate when they were trying to sign every DB, and they were putting them up here.
Yeah,
but in reality, they were all burnt toast.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Well, their best cornerback is Wiggins, who was their first round pick last year, and he's not that great either. Like Humphrey's not
okay. He's okay.
He's okay, but like Humphrey's not playing that well.
No.
Everything's leading towards this team finishing 4th, playing a Bills, and honestly getting the doors blown off them. I just and that just being all right. Have a good off season, work it out.
Sure.
I think they, with their playoff experience, is probably with the Bills the one team no one wants to face in the playoffs. When you got Lamar, he can.
That's fair.
He can flip any game. I'm not saying that
he's healthy.
I'm assuming he's going to be healthy in 4 weeks' time because he's going to be 11 weeks removed from his hamstring.
Sure,
but
fair.
I think that these other teams that haven't been in the playoffs before, they can outclass all of them.
Potentially, that's something, but I can't see him winning a Super Bowl.
No,
because they're going to have
they're not Super Bowl caliber.
Because they're going to have to go on the road, and I just think it's stacked against them right now.
Couldn't agree more, but I wouldn't be shocked.
And it's stacked against them from their own fault.
Yeah,
it's their own fault. It's their injury. The injuries sucked, but
injuries suck. Yeah, all right, fine, but
if they're in any other division, they're done.
Yeah, at 6-6 they're done. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
like we're
just
talking about the Chiefs being done. Like they're done at 6-6 in most other
no,
divisions.
I think this is personally. I think as a Ravens fan, this should be a good thing. You should be happy about this.
It should be a bit
because
of
it's
a
going to
rebuild.
force the organization to do something different. Because
I've been banging this drum.
they just keep trying to run it back. Oh, we've got Lamar. It's like, no, you can't just rely on Lamar to win you games, because whether you want to hear it or not, like in the playoffs, he folds. He can't do it. He can't get it done. He needs a better supporting cast around him to make it happen. Like, you just can't hope that he's just going to turn into Superman and just make it all happen when the runs on the border, he can't do it. Like even with that 2019 team, they couldn't get it done. That was their year. That was their year to do it.
Yeah.
This iteration is done. This window is officially shut. They need to close the books, get a new, potentially a new OC, and get rid of Monken.
Yeah,
Definitely a new head coach.
Yeah.
And refresh the roster, get younger, get healthier, and go again.
I've got a
add
bigger
some juice
question.
to the building.
I've got a bigger question.
Mm.
When are we going to start talking about a snap count with Derrick Henry?
What do you mean?
He's still playing well enough. I think Derrick Henry.
I think they need to start limiting him being a battering ram.
Yeah, because they need him for the playoffs. They're going to need him
For this season, you mean?
Yeah. I think that it needs to be like a 60-40 split, because it's not working. And their whole offense is revolving around.
Should have been like that from the start of the season.
The
I agree with you.
The offensive line's awful too. Like it's honestly really bad.
Been
It's one of
swept
the
under
worst.
the rug.
One of the worst units in the NFL.
It's been spoken about with Barkley about the amount of snaps that he had. Derrick Henry was right there as well last year.
Yep.
And it's starting to wear him down a little bit, and they just need to keep some juice. And then who's their young running back? Mitchell.
Yeah.
He's finally healthy for the majority of the season. Let's just see what he's got.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair points. All right, let's go to these. Will be Georgie's boys, the San Diego Chargers.
You don't have the
Nah, I've got
Oh no!
Chargers.
Oh, sorry. Why am I out of order? Scotty's Chargers. They're the number 5 seed, currently 8-4, 4-0 in their division, which is obviously huge at this point.
Only when they were healthy.
When they were healthy, correct? What have you got, Scotty?
I got Pretenders.
I think so too, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
2 all-pro tackles have walked out. They can't protect. They can't run the ball. Defensively, they're taking on the burden of the whole team, and they're hanging in there enough. I think on their day, despite the injuries, they could beat a Broncos, a Patriots, whoever's coming out of the AFC South. They could beat one of the seeds above them.
Yeah.
But I think it's stacked against them. They need to have almost a perfect game, and I don't see it happening with Alt and Slater out.
And also Herbert's got a broken bone in his non-throwing hand.
Yep.
But it's starting to pile up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, he's taken so many hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who couldn't they beat in the AFC?
Who can't they beat?
Yeah.
No,
No, because you said, I'm not saying I disagree with you that they're pretenders, but who in this current form with their injuries, like
Bills, Ravens, Patriots.
they could beat the Ravens.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't reckon they can. If Lamar's healthy, I think he'll run all over him.
Again,
I don't think they can score.
Hampton's back,
He's coming back this week, I believe.
right?
Yeah, he is.
So
But
Like, Eagles, we're going to see a lot.
But Vidal has been really good in Hampton's absence.
that's good. I mean, now you got 2 backs.
Yeah, I get that, but only one of them. You can't just run the ball all the time. Like
I think Jim Harbaugh would disagree with you.
he'll have to try because,
Yeah.
but also the offensive line doesn't just affect the pass protection; it affects the running.
It's not who can't they beat. It's how perfectly do they have to play to beat everyone above them.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
think
on their day, they could beat them all, but they need everything to fall in place.
Yep.
I don't think they can go into Denver and beat Denver right now. With
No,
the
but it's a
iteration
bit of
of
a coin
this team.
flip game because they're both.
Potentially, but
Yeah.
I don't think
That's a coin flip.
I don't think they
Yeah.
can. I don't think they can. I think if they got the Bills, I don't think they can beat the Bills at all. I don't think they can go into
It'll be the
Foxborough and
Bills.
beat
It'll
the
be the Bills at
Patriots.
home. It'll be
I don't think they could go in and face the Patriots with that defense. You know,
probably not the
right
Patriots
now
on the
either.
road. No.
No. So there's a lot of, it's not issues, and it's no fault of their own, a lot of this, but unfortunately they started the season so well, and we love them here, but it's just it's not happening. It's falling apart again.
Not this season, unfortunately.
And offensively as well, they haven't. It's all part of the parcel, but it's like they're not doing any favors. There's no like scheme to nullify the pressure that's coming. There's no screens that they're not using Lad McConkey enough. Like,
have you seen? Sorry to interrupt you, Scott. Have you seen the PFF rankings of their offensive line? They're all worst or second worst at their positions.
Yes, I know, but like PFF rankings are also just one aspect.
Okay, that's fine, but it's a gauge. It's something that you can look at.
Yes.
It's something that you can easily read and interpret and understand.
But they got Zabel as like one of the worst left guards, and he's given up 4 pressures and no sacks.
Okay, fine, and we can get into the minutia of whether we think the PFF's good or not. But my point is, like, it's something that measures everyone equally.
Yeah,
and according to that equal measurement, they're the worst fucking.
Okay, so what is the coaching staff doing to get the team in a position?
Where are you going to find 6'6" tackles that can block, bro? Well, you just can't.
3/4 of the league doesn't have good O-lines, and they somehow have a competent offense.
But the Chargers' offense is competent at times.
It's definitely competent. It's definitely competent enough. And I think a lot of that is Herbert and his talent, which is fine.
They get destroyed by negative plays, big plays.
Yeah,
you know, like I think Herbert's been the most sacked quarterback over the past 5 weeks.
So why is he holding the ball so long?
Well, you're right. That's offense as well. So that's coaching, but it all just leads into the same answer that they're just not there yet.
Yeah.
It's just not there. But like I said, they've built a team around having 2 all-pro tackles, and maybe they're
having a strong run game.
Yeah, and maybe they can't find a solution in this team right now because it's not the most talented group.
On the flip side of that, if everyone was healthy and they had that strong running game like they did at the start of the year, we're having a completely different conversation.
Maybe.
Oh, no, I think we are.
No, come on, we are. If they were, if that whole O line was healthy,
the first 3 weeks,
that strong running
all the teams are feeling themselves.
And they were feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they were playing well. I'm not saying they weren't playing well, but I'm not assuming that they're going to be a 10-1 team based off of what we saw in the first 3 weeks of the season.
I'm putting the record to the side. Put the record to the side. I'm just saying playing now how they were in those first 3 or 4 weeks. Record, even if they had the same record, we'd be saying that they're contenders with the same record. We would. Just on their play style and how they're playing. Absolutely, we would.
I think injuries is the biggest reason why.
100%.
Of course, I agree, but I'm not saying that.
Anyway, get healthy and go again, Chargers, because you're on the right track.
I think so. I
think
the
5th year in a row.
Yeah, that's the problem. It just feels like every year for these guys.
It's injuries, man. Like I wish we could do injuries off. What can I say? Herbert would probably have a Super Bowl already. Go.
All right, Georgie boy, you've got your Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, you've already showed your hand with this one.
Currently the 6th seed. They are 8-4, first in points per game in the NFL. What have you got, big fella?
I've got them as pretenders if JTT can maintain this level of play. If he can maintain this level of play and they can run the ball as effectively as what they have basically all year, bar a couple of games, they can be a contender. They can. Because what they can do, and they've shown, is that they can put up points.
Wait, you said pretender, and then you said...
I said contender.
Oh. Contender. You said contender.
I was shocked for no reason. I thought you had him as a pretender.
No.
They are absolutely pretenders to the letter of the law.
This is the problem with them, right? We say the running game is obviously a big part of their offense. And when it works, it's fantastic. Their offense looks amazing. They've played 2 good teams the last 2 weeks who shut down the running game, and the offense falls apart.
I don't know about falls apart. That game against the Texans, and I said this pre-show, like they were in that game to the very end.
Yeah, I'm saying offensively, they looked pretty inept.
I don't know about inept, but you could see that it wasn't as effective as what it.
And in fairness, like Daniel Jones is playing with a fractured fibula, which hurt.
He's got a broken fucking leg and he's out there. Like you got to give the kid some respect.
Oh, 100%, I give him respect, but I also see that where he's trending back. You realize his second last year at the Giants, they were 7-2. The exact same thing happened. It was 7-2. He wasn't throwing the ball a lot. They were running the ball so well. They were doing all this great stuff with Dable. And then teams went, let's shut down the running game, and they fell apart. And it got kind of band-aided by the fact they beat the Vikings in the playoffs, but they finished 9-7 after starting 7-2. Yep. This is kind of Daniel Jones' MO. There's not many people that want him to succeed more than me. Like, I actually really like the guy. I think he's very enjoyable. I think he's got a lot of talent, and I think he's the man going forward to next year as well from what he's shown this year. Sure. They owe him that right. But the bottom line is this team is, and you said you've got it right here, if JTT can maintain the rage, they are purely reliant on having him run for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns every week. And good teams, are not going to allow him to do that now, which to me just puts them in that category as pretenders. Because I don't, they might win a playoff game because they're able to get it done. But when the live bullets are firing and teams know we're going to stop him and let Daniel Jones beat us, I don't think they can do.
How
it.
many defenses in the AFC can completely shut out the run game like Texans did?
I think a lot of defenses can if they make it their goal.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I think the well-coached teams, the Bills definitely could scheme up a plan to stop the run.
Didn't the Ravens beat them 2 weeks ago? Yeah, is that who beat them? Or am I having I
need to look it up. I can't remember.
But I think that if any team that's well coached that's a playoff caliber team that wants to shut them down, I think they can, because they would literally just say let's stack the box and let's let Danny Dimes beat us.
Chiefs beat them, Texans beat them.
That's right.
And then the Steelers beat them just before. And then they had that win against the Falcons. So they've had 3 losses and 1 win.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said, I just think teams are realizing, well, let's shut down JTT and see what they can do, and that's the only reason I was a pretender, because they've got no plan B.
I was about to ask, outside of JTT, they don't have an elite defense. They don't have an elite receiving
It's a
core.
good defense, but it's not elite, 100%.
Yeah, it's not a championship defense.
No, I don't think so either.
And they definitely don't have a championship quarterback. They don't have championship receivers.
Nope.
They got a good O-line.
They got a very good O-line.
Yep.
I don't know if it's a championship one. It might be on the cusp of.
They've put up a lot of yards this year, and they've put up a lot of points.
George, I'm getting there. But they haven't done it against anyone.
Okay.
They're good enough to beat shit teams. That's fine, but that's a pretender, because I need to see it. When we've seen it against equal opposition, they have not looked good.
They haven't looked bad, but they just haven't looked like they're going to be able to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that the playoffs, everyone's good in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the point.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And that's why when they're in equal competition, they've got Jags, Seattle, 49ers, Jags, Texans.
They got a really tough run home.
There's some good defenses there.
Yeah.
There is a genuine world that they finish with 9 wins and don't make the playoffs.
They could very well.
Potentially.
Yeah.
They could very well. Well, I said last week that they'll get swept by the Texans and lose one to the Jags. I don't think that they're good enough to beat Seattle in Seattle, and then 49ers at home. They're
49ers are getting healthy.
really
We'll talk about
good,
them later. They're getting healthy.
and they're a very well coached team. I tell you what, if Salah wants to stop the run, he's stopping it.
Yep. 49ers are probably, like, as a coaching group, is probably the best one of, if not the best coaching group in the league.
Yeah, it's very fair.
When you've got Shanahan and Salah, like, that's a really good combination.
Very fair.
Yep, absolutely pretenders, and I would say right now they're not playing in the playoffs.
There's a very, very real chance. I would say more likely they're not in the playoffs.
Yeah,
love it.
Schedule
Good, love it.
All right, let's go to my next one, which I have the Buffalo Bills, the mighty Buffalo Bills. They're currently the 7 seed in the AFC at 8-4. They're 5-1 at home. They got a good win against Pittsburgh last week, which was a much needed win.
Get right game.
A get right game for them
In terrible conditions.
Awful conditions.
Yeah,
I've got them as a contender, and this is the reason why. They've been up and down. I understand that. They're 8-4. They're only going to miss out on the division because the Patriots have had a really good run, and they've beaten them once, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bills will beat them in 2 weeks' time. The problem with the Bills is the inconsistencies, but as you said before, they are battle hardened. They know what they need to do to win playoff games. I think they can get a championship performance in the 3 games they need it. Now, it's going to be really hard to win from a wild card. We know that's harder, but I don't see any reason.
AFC's so weak.
That's what I mean. There's like, if they finish as the 6th seed and they get the Jaguars, I think they're going in and beating Jacksonville. I just think they're a better football team.
My only pushback on that is that to make an AFC championship game, they're going to have to win every game on the road.
It can be done.
I think they can do it. I genuinely think they can.
I mean, yeah, you say that because you're right. It can be done.
Yeah.
But it's not as easy as it sounds. It's
not.
It's a tough ask, man.
But I also
not super talented.
No, but I also think that if there's a team that can do it, it's the Bills, and that's why I think they're a contender. I'm not saying they will. Like, there's no saying these guys are going to win a Super Bowl.
The only reason they can do it is because they've got Josh Allen.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. And that's their meal ticket. And when he takes over the game,
And James Cook's been sensational.
Yeah, he's had a great year.
They beat Pittsburgh, missing both their starting tackles. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah,
missed both their tackles. A bunch of guys on defense, and they manhandled Pittsburgh.
But Pittsburgh are fucking shit.
Well, we know they are, but they still did it with injuries. Like, the Chargers beat the Raiders. We're not saying, they only beat the Raiders. They're saying great win with all the injuries they've got, right?
Sure.
The difference is with these guys is that those guys aren't out for the season. They're getting Dawkins back next week. They're getting their guys back.
Yep.
So I think come playoff time, they're probably going to be an 11 or 12 win 5 seed.
Yeah.
That's like that's a good team still.
I kind of wish that this was, especially with the Chiefs being down this year, who's kind of been their bunny team. I kind of wish that these guys were like the 1 seed or the 2 seed, and everything went through.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
That's like, if they were the 1 seed, that's basically a short path to the Super Bowl.
They've cost themselves with dumb games. They've cost themselves with every game they lose because of dumb turnovers, stupid mistakes. Like, they only beat themselves, these guys.
Yep.
And that's why I think they can contend, because once they get to the playoffs, if they can string 3 games together where they don't beat themselves, I don't think anyone can beat them when they don't beat themselves.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah.
They understand their championship window.
Yeah.
Because they've been thereabouts for so long. No one would be harder on them than themselves for the games they dropped against Atlanta. Patriots at home, they should have won.
Agreed.
And there was another shit game that they lost. I can't remember.
It was after it. It was between, they lost the Patriots, Atlanta, then
they pumped the Panthers.
Then they lost to someone else. It was a really bad loss.
So they had bad losses, and they would be internally saying, "This is our championship window. We've done this to ourselves. Let's just belt to us, everyone in front of us." And I think that McDermott would understand that he's potentially coaching for his job.
Yeah, that's very.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
I think if they get rolled out in the first week, I think there is a 50-50 chance.
Yeah,
I think so too. They'll be like, all right, let's just get a bit of a fresh start. Let's bring in a young guy that can.
It's kind of like, I know what you mean, because we've been just, reading from this book for a little while.
McDermott's been there, I think this is his 10th year.
Yeah.
He's been there a long time. He's done a great job. Like, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
You can't just keep, as a head coach, defensive-minded guy being like, oh, well, Matt Milano's injured, we're a crap defense. Like, you've had a chance to build this
Or
team.
like we've knocked on the door as a team the last, how many times.
At some point, like, it's called not for long for a reason.
Got to get it done.
Yeah. They've got to change the attitude, right? All right, let's go to the next team, which is Scotty's Texans. They're the number 8 seed in the AFC currently. They're 7-5. Second in the NFL for turnover difference. Shout out to Tommy for that stat. And they're certainly trending in the right direction over the last few weeks. What do you got, Scotty boy?
I have them as pretenders.
I think you're fair.
Only because the offense does not match the defense.
The offense is getting better, but it's bad.
I can't see this being an offense that will travel for a divisional game or a championship game and put up enough points to win a game. Their defense, nails, lights out.
Best defense in football, I think. Best
defense in football. If you can argue the 3 best defenses, and Texans are always going to be number 1.
Yeah, I think so too.
Their defense is just absolute nails.
And young and it's getting better. Like, it's not. This is the start of a dominant defense.
This is Stroud needs to take some ownership on this team in the next for the remaining of the season, and show some sort of confidence in whatever O-line that is improving. Higgins has come on. Collins is looking good. They're using Schultz a little bit more.
Yep.
Marks is looking better. If this trajectory continues, they could be a contender, but there's too much history this season to say that it's not achievable, and that's why they're a pretender.
Yeah, I think Stroud's performances this year have not been good enough to say that they're contenders. I agree.
Yeah,
it hasn't. And the word you were looking for Stroud for this run home is grit. I want to see some grit. I want to see him
I think he's been showing that the last couple of weeks in fairness to him.
Yeah, that's I agree with you, but I want to see it consistently now, week to week, heading into the playoffs.
Yeah,
because they're definitely good enough to be a playoff team with that defense. They're good enough to be a playoff team.
I still think they win this division.
I'm not going to disagree with you. Yeah, put it that
way. Their defense is good enough to beat any team on any day.
Yeah, very fair.
But
like, they can hold the best offenses to 6 points on their best day.
And you're talking about McDermott coaching for his career. I think this next sort of 6 weeks, I think Stroud's playing for his career.
I thought you were going to say D'Amico Ryans. I was like, he's one of the safest coaches. We were about to have a punch on.
No, I only look stupid. I'm not actually stupid. Stroud is playing for his Houston career.
Not quite. I think
next year.
Bullshit. If he shits the bed the next month, he is. Like, if he shits the bed the next month, he's.
I think next year, regardless, he's going to be the starting quarterback.
100%.
But next year's a very short leash, depending on what happens this year.
Yeah.
Did they pick up his 5th-year option?
No, I don't believe so.
What is it? His 3rd year?
I think it's his 4th year next year. Or is that his 5th year next year?
No, it's his 4th year next year.
Yeah.
So they're going to pick up his 5th year option at the end of
At
this
the
year.
end of this season, yeah.
Yeah, because his name
Which-
is Bryce Young.
Based
A
on
lot of money to pay.
Right now,
I
yes,
wouldn't pick
yes
it
or
up.
no? Are you picking it up?
No,
Yes.
no way. I'd make him
Why?
earn it next
Yes.
year and I'd pay him.
Why? Yes, because we've seen enough right now that you will roll the dice for that last year to be 100% sure.
The problem is with
I
the
don't think
5th
you
year
have seen enough
option.
because last year he wasn't great, and this year he's been borderline shit.
And the problem with the 5th year option is that this always happens. They do the 5th year option and they play their 4th year, and then the player goes, I'm not playing unless you give me an extension. They rarely play that 5th year.
Okay, if he does that, see you later.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Go to the Raiders. You want to know about shit O-lines? You'll be a car salesman in 5 years' time.
In fairness, the Raiders are probably a better O-line than the Texans right now. They're real
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
So, all right, next one, we got Georgie Boy. You've got the Pittsburgh Steelers,
So-
currently the number 9 seed in the AFC, 6-6.
How are they on this show?
I think Tommy just wanted to get him in to make,
No, I
make
think
some
we're
people
doing the
feel
top
better.
9. I think we're doing the top 9.
That's generous.
Can I read out before you give your contender? Can I read out? Our great man Skinny Oliver sent us a
shout
message.
out.
Haven't heard from him for a while, so I definitely
It
enjoyed it.
always warms the cockles of my heart when I hear from
I
Steve.
want to preface it by saying the last message I got from him was just after the trade of Pickens, and he said, "Enjoy George Pickens. Predicted 2025 stats: 8 touchdowns, 800 yards." 2 press conferences about behavior, 3 tweets about how bad his quarterback is, 17 personal fouls, 42 references that he should be the highest paid receiver in the NFL. Having said that, he's a good pickup for you guys.
Well,
I
he's
don't-
been,
Of all takes that age badly, that's
I don't think
probably
he's done
the
any of
time.
those, actually, for what it's worth.
he's been the most buttoned up. You almost forget he's in the league unless you see the highlights
Buttoned up, physical, and second in every category behind JSN in the receiver.
because he wants that money.
Yeah, and he'll get it
And good for him, too.
from the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
So his message this week was, apologies for not being so active this year, but I've been getting everything I need from Aaron Sipos and Sportsbet updates.
Oh,
What a
wow.
genius that guy is. Wow.
What
Wow.
a backhanded compliment. Jeez, we appreciate it.
As for my beloved Steelers, it's officially over. Our D may as well put a Bengals uniform on, and our quarterback just doesn't have it consistently. I get it. I'm the same age as Rodgers, and sometimes my missus thinks she's getting 2010 skinny, but I just can't throw that heat every time. just like my manhood, we're packing it up for Pittsburgh in 2025, and we'll be looking for a fresh young face next year to get things moving. As always, you guys are doing a great job, and I hope George feels better soon. I think it was after the Eagles lost. That's why.
Thanks, Skinny.
Yeah.
You're always looking out, bro. Thank you.
And then I actually went back to him from the last take of George Pickens saying this hasn't aged well. And he said, when you're right 48% of the time, then you're wrong 52% of the time. That's all he responded. So,
That's a nil over quote.
And
You
one-
can fucking take that to the bank.
yeah.
One interesting developing thing here is the crowds turned on Tomlin completely
Oh, yeah.
and booing him to the point where you can hear it through the telecast.
And he even supported them when they asked him in the press conference, oh, what do you think of them booing? He was like, damn right, I'd boo me too.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm telling you, he's going to be at the Giants.
I think he has to be
I've
done.
got the Pittsburgh Steelers as pretenders, and
Oh, God.
Truest
How?
definition of the
How?
word.
I've got them as the truest definition of the word pretender. They are, yeah.
Can we just move on now? They're done.
Well, no, because what I want to say is that they just need to pull the pin on completely on this team and restart.
Yep,
Restart
I agree.
completely.
I agree.
New QB, new coach, new scheme.
Not that Rodgers has been awful. It's just the
No,
start.
he hasn't, but
It's
he's
time to
40
move
You're
on.
not hitching your wagon to a 42-year-old quarterback. You just can't.
One thing I saw which would go down is the Steelers have made the 2 worst trades of the season. 1, George Pickens to Dallas. 2,
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf for the second rounder that they got for Nick Warry.
And then the contract they gave DK, they've really
Yeah, he's
penciled themselves
30
there.
something million. a
Can
year.
we get him back, please?
It's,
Do you want him back?
you can have him back.
Yeah.
You can have him back for a third round.
He's a
Not-
good player.
Not for
Oh,
that money,
no,
not for
no.
that money.
He is a good player.
He's not worth $35 million a year, Scott.
He can run one route, man.
He can run a few. I'd gladly have him back.
3 routes. Post, corner, go.
I'll
And the reason
gladly
why-
have him back.
The reason why I wouldn't have him is because he looks like Tarzan and he plays like Jane. He's
I-
soft as butter.
I tend to agree. He's really, and he's got soft. I think in Seattle he was better. I think he's gone.
He has.
No, no,
I don't think he's
getting-
enjoying his time there.
No, because they've got bloody Rodgers that has nothing left in the tank and he can't throw the ball.
That's
Yep.
fair. That's fair too. There's
That's why they
not a
just
lot
got-
of deep balls.
Whoever's on that roster that's got any trade value, trade them. Trade TJ Watt. trade whoever you can.
But if you're also on $37 million a year, you shouldn't be relying on a quarterback to throw it deep to you every time. Like, you should be able to run short
To be
routes.
fair, they're on a run-first offense that can't run.
I understand. Like, I understand the issues, and they're the definition of pretender.
Oh, yeah.
But like, Metcalf needs to be able to do more for this offense, and he can't because it doesn't suit him, and he can do three things really well.
Yeah.
And he's contested ball catch. So they've thrown on contested balls this year.
That's actually always been bad for him.
Yeah, he is.
It should have done. He's enormous, man. He should be number one.
Ball tracking's a hard skill.
He is 3 of 20 on contested balls this year.
Yeah.
3 of 20.
What?
Yeah.
He's only caught 3 of them. He's so big.
Did I-
so strong.
Did I stutter?
No.
I said it 3
You
times.
actually repeated
You
it.
didn't stutter. It's just the magnitude of the stat was
Yeah.
hitting me, and I had
Yeah, I
to
know.
process it for a minute, man.
And then obviously, like, the English part of it is a bit to
right,
process
sorry,
as well.
my second language.
Third,
Third.
How can
Persian, love, English.
he be so bad at contested ball when he's so big and so strong?
Well, I think it's just that the balls are so underthrown.
I think you also nailed it before, didn't you? You've answered that question before.
Tarzan Jay.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Next team.
Bye Tomlin.
Yes, the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs. Tom's given me the Chiefs to stop
Thank
you two having
God.
a fight. Number
There's
10.
no fight.
Number 10 seed in the AFC, 6-6. Third in the NFL for time of possession. I do want to preface this by saying Mahomes has had a really good year. I think he's played well, but these guys, they're not even pretenders. They're finished. They are
Yep.
absolutely fucking finished.
Thank
This
you.
season is over.
Thank you, James. I'm so glad you said this because we need to stop the Chiefs glazing and we need to stop the
I will never.
If they go on a run and they've got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey turns it on for the playoffs and Rashee Rice looks like Jerry Rice, like, cut the shit. They're 6-6. They've beaten no one. They've beaten tin cans all year. Their offense has been anemic at best. Like, we need to stop the glazing. We need to just
It's over.
we need to analyze them and critique them like we would any other team.
I couldn't agree more. It's over. I think it's over.
I think they should be scouting every running back and picking up the best 3 available for them. And that will, because they've still got a championship roster.
They made dumb mistakes. Like, getting rid of Tooney was ridiculous. And what you said about Kelsey, I know you said it tongue in cheek about him turning on
He's
for the
been
playoffs.
good this year.
He's had a great year, and he does turn on for the playoffs. Do you know what the only problem with you turning on for the playoffs is? You got to fucking make it.
You got to make the
And
playoffs.
I don't think they're going to. If they win every single game and make the playoffs, hats off to them. I'll take it all
Scott,
back.
can you get up their run home, please?
But these guys, they're done. I cannot see them not winning the last 6 games.
Scott's going to get there's 5 games left.
5 games left. Sorry, so they need to win 5 games to get to 11.
Scott's going to get up
and
their
6.
run home, and we're going to go through it quickly now together.
Put me under pressure.
Thank you.
God.
No, I knew because I know you perform under pressure.
So
I've seen it actually. I've seen it at his house when we were renovating. Pressure. He was on.
there's no pressure there. So they got Texans, Chargers.
So hang on, they got the Texans this week. Where's that?
At I'll tell you when it's at.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So Texans, Chargers, at Titans, Broncos, at Raiders.
I'm telling
So
you.
the- so
I think
they
they
got
lose to the
the-
Texans this
the-
week.
The Titans and the Raiders are wins.
And they'll probably steal one of the games out of Texans, Chargers, and Broncos.
The bottom line is they have to win all of them.
They've
to
got to
make
win
the
all
playoffs.
5 though to make.
I'm not arguing that they're.
no, you're
one's
right.
arguing. No one's arguing.
I'm just getting upset.
We're stating. We're just stating.
I'm just saying that they're good enough to beat one of those teams that are.
Higher than them. They'll probably beat the Broncos when they play them again, but it won't matter.
Yeah.
It won't matter.
I think they'll lose to the Texans this week.
Yeah, I agree.
I think so as well. Because
Yeah,
they
I
can't run
agree.
the ball.
Yeah.
It is a huge issue that they cannot run the ball.
Yeah,
They
but Andy Reid doesn't want to run the ball. He wants to scheme up all these.
But he
shit.
wants it to be a threat still. It has to be a threat. It's not even a threat for them anymore.
It's definitely not. I think their leading rushers Mahomes.
It's not. It's
Pacheco just got it now.
All right. Yeah, he got it at week 14.
And I think the other running back, the
Kareem
punter,
Hunt.
the punter, Kareem Hunt. That's it. I think
The
he got it
punter.
too.
Very good.
But yeah, I'm not even going to waste any more time on these guys. These guys are absolutely.
Yeah, we need
finished.
to.
Still a good defense, though, in fairness.
Do you know what the problem with their defense is? They're good overall, bad in crunch moments.
Okay.
All season they've been bad when it mattered.
Yeah, they have.
And
Yes.
that's unlike them.
Yeah.
Mahomes has actually been very good when it mattered, but the defense has been bad when it mattered.
You're the last
Well,
person to be start
That's
talking
why.
about flags.
That's why.
Well-
That's why. Because
Well, you saw him against the Cowboys. They're all black. Like Trent McDuffie got absolutely annihilated by Pickens
Sure
and
did.
Lamb.
He did.
And then the other, oh no, it was because of the penalties. He couldn't play the way he wanted to play. It's like, Chiefs fans, I'm sorry, I'm not on George's level of disrespect on the penalties.
And no one
You
has
have
to be. I'm on my level.
no right to ever ever use a call as a reason you lose a game. Get over it. Move on.
In my opinion,
Because you sold us for 6 years. Oh, sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't.
they've been gifted their championships. Let's move on.
Oh,
Chiefs.
All right, Scotty, you have got the Chicago Bears, the number 1 seed in the NFC, Chicago Bears, currently on a 5-game winning streak. I think they're 9-1 in their last 10.
definitely do not have the Bears here, Nuffy.
Who's got the Bears? Oh, Todd's put down the border.
Is it? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'll tell you, George, you had them.
Me. And
George, you had them as a contender.
I've got them as contenders. They're 100%.
I was like, I did not prep the Bears.
the way that they've been running the ball.
Yep.
The way they've been executing the scheme.
Yep.
In my opinion, Ben Johnson's coach of the year.
I think he's going to get coach.
It's not even close.
I don't think it's. I think it's a non-compete.
He's
now.
completely turned around that franchise. That franchise was just a bucket of shit, complete dumpster fire, loser mentality.
Do you know the crazy thing about it? It's Dan Campbell. Like he's taken like a bottomed out shit franchise with no culture, no face, and his shirt's off. He's getting the city hot dogs. It's different, but it's Dan Campbell like it's the same vibe.
It is very
because when you look, and because obviously Dan Campbell's a big, imposing, intimidating figure. Like he's got that gruff voice. Like
played NFL for 13 years.
He also cries for his guys as well. He's the most gentle, caring. Both sides of.
And you look at Ben Johnson, and he's kind of like this unassuming, almost like a nerdy looking guy, but
low key ripped though when he took.
He's jacked.
Low key jacked.
Yeah.
But the guy looks like, the guy doesn't look like an NFL coach. He looks like he's going to come and fix my computer.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
But he's got this hard nose, hard edge to him. I really like him. They've struck gold with him.
And then
Chicago,
and then also Williams
is but the turnaround is because of Johnson.
I agree, but because the talent's there, you don't go number 1 if you're not talented.
Obviously,
it's just as we said before, it's a symbiotic relationship now. He has definitely bought into Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, because remember the talk was after they lost the first 2,
early
like,
on,
he's not buying in. He's never been coached before. He's never had to be. I think no matter how it's happened, I don't know whether it was a come to Jesus chat between the two of them, but
potentially,
I think Caleb Williams has just done the old. You know what? This guy's a dude, and he's going to make my career. We're going to be the it's like the Mahomes and Andy Reid sort of. That's the highest level of it, but the Belichick and Brady, like this is us now. We're now a partnership, and we're going through this together.
I think Williams must have had his own come to Jesus moment
Potentially.
privately, where he thought, well, this organization has hitched their wagon to Ben Johnson. Like it's either I'm going to work with him or I'm going to be gone. He's not going to be gone.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I'm popping the balloon on this.
Yeah, it's fine. Pop it.
Go
off.
I've got pretenders for 2 reasons. George touched on it before, but this team hasn't been in a game that matters in so long, and you have to learn to win these games.
That's fair. The youth of the team and the inexperience of the team is a factor in it.
Secondly to that,
just before I'd love to. I'm just thinking, when was the last time they were in a game that mattered?
The Super Bowl with Kyle Orton as their quarterback. With Rex Grossman. It was the year the Colts won, so 2009.
I think they had a win and make it game in like 20. They played a playoff game in like 2018. They missed a field goal. It might have been against the Eagles.
Cutler never made the playoffs. Yeah, what was the double doink game?
Was
that the playoffs?
Was that 2018?
I can't remember. They probably had but I did. The fact that we can't even just go, oh no, they're in the playoffs 2 years ago. They haven't been there for a long time.
They haven't. So that to me matters because you need to learn to win those games.
That's fair.
And the reason why I think that they can't win that game this year, and I'm saying it this year, because I'm expecting growing pains from losing to unify the team to get that edge for next year. And this is because they only just beat the Bengals recently in a game
in a shootout
that shouldn't have been. They beat the Giants 24-20. And that was a lot closer with Winston, I believe. At the time.
Winston. Was
that in the rain and the snow?
And that
was
when
Winston had the receiving touchdown. Was that a different?
No, that was the one where they scored the touchdown to win at the end of the game.
That's right.
So
they were down 10 points in the fourth quarter. That's right.
They beat the Vikings 19-7. 17. Sorry, they just beat the Steelers 31-28.
Yeah,
they beat a very good performance against the Eagles. Don't get me wrong.
That changed my mind on them, that game.
But I don't know if I can trust them in the playoffs because they don't play a style of game that will lead to winning against. So, like, they're going to have to play
The Rams,
Rams, Seattle, Packers,
maybe Niners.
These are very good defenses, and they're going to be very quick to snuff out what's happening on offense here.
I think they could beat the Niners.
Yeah,
They can. Yeah, they can.
Salah's
If they get
also
the
a
Niners at
genius.
home, yeah, they're probably favored.
I also don't think they're going to win the division. I think the Packers will.
I think the Packers will win the division as well. But everything that you guys have said, they should be excited. It is a fantastic turnaround for the
Absolute success of a year.
Yeah, exactly. But these success stories usually don't end well in playoffs because you're playing against other teams that have been better for longer and they know how to win playoff football.
Yep, very fair. All right, let's go to the next one. This is the LA Rams.
Oh, this should be a very quick one.
Scotty, what you got?
Best team in football, the only contender, the only genuine contender.
I think it's their world. We're all playing in it.
Yep.
Like
They
can you
dropped
say?
a bad game against the Panthers. Every good team in history has dropped a bad game. They had turnovers in scoring positions. They could have easily scored 40, as easily as the Panthers scored 24 on them or whatever the score was.
Yeah.
Definitely just a dirty day.
And you're also not you're not going to win. It's very hard to win like 13 or 14 games.
Also, the Panthers, we've been saying for 8 months, they're going to be frisky.
We'll talk. We've got Panthers coming up.
And they did enough to win that particular game. I would say if the Rams played the Panthers 10 times, the Rams are winning 9. This is just the one-off.
That's pretty fair.
100% agree.
They can beat you. They can dice you up by just taking whatever the defense gives you on offense. Using Stafford, they can unleash Nakua. Devontae Adams can beat anyone one-on-one. They can run the ball.
Devontae Adams has been the recruit of the year this year, in my mind.
Pickens, but not far off.
There's a few.
I think it's going to be Adams. You know why? Because they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got a good chance.
And if they beat Seattle, everything goes through there.
Yep, very fair.
So, yeah, like you
I
said,
don't think there's not going to be many arguments here.
no. and
Matt
Jared
Stafford
Verse
MVP.
is like, he's quickly becoming the best defensive player in the league.
Who, sorry?
Jared Verse.
Yeah, he's so good. So
So
good. So fun to watch.
We're very pro-verse on this podcast.
Yes,
We
we
are.
are. All right, I've got the Philadelphia
This should-
Eagles.
This should be equally quick.
They're the number 3 seed in the NFC.
You are so fucking quick to jump off the bandwagon.
They're 8-4.
I'm
They're
trusting my eyes, bro.
half a game in front of the Dallas Cowboys, which is wild to think.
1.5.
Oh, sorry, George. Sorry, mate. 1.5 games, and I'm gonna
Let's be factual.
I'm gonna shock all of you.
Yeah, now you're just being a goose.
They're
Nah,
contenders.
That's completely wrong.
Can I just say why? Right. So who they lost to the Bears. Bad loss, right? They played poorly. They lost to the Cowboys. Division rival. That shit happens every year, right? I think we're
On the road.
On the road. I think we're overselling that loss a little bit, right? The offense has been pretty poor, but the defense has been really, really good, right? This team's going to go one way or the other. It's either going to completely fall apart and implode, or they're going to get it together. And we've said many a times, they've got the ability. They're going to win the division. I said we'll talk Cowboys soon, but I don't think they're going to lose the division to the Cowboys. They're going to win it. They're probably going to be the 2 or the 3 seed at worst. And I don't think there's going to be that many teams that can come. They have every chance to win the Super Bowl as much as anyone. Maybe not the Rams, but as much as all these other teams, they are really good. They can get the offense right. If Sirianni gets off his high horse and just does something with the offense, it can't get much worse, right? Their offense could not get much worse, and they're still 8-4. I'm telling you, they're still a contender. And if you think they're not, that's at your own demise. I truly believe that. This is coming from a Cowboys fan who can't stand the Eagles.
On talent, I agree with you.
Yeah,
We have more than enough talent.
it's blowing up. Everyone's thinking they're shit now because their own supporters just turn on them so fucking quick. Imagine egging the offensive coordinator's house. Like,
I just want to speak on that for a minute.
what are we doing?
Like, what are you doing? At the end of the day,
So we're egging his house, George.
It's just
That's what they were doing.
Thank you, Scott.
Factually correct.
Thank you for the support. See, we don't fight.
Best friends.
We're the 3.
Hey, whoa, don't bring me. I don't want to be any part of this friendship.
It's just football. Like, what are you doing? And like, if you want to be mad, like as a Philly fan, if you want to be mad, be mad. No one's saying don't be mad. Be mad at the players. They're the ones that are not performing.
They won a Super Bowl last year, man. Like the fact that people
Yeah,
they turn on their team so
about this,
quickly.
We've spoken about this on and off air as well. That The expectations in Philadelphia are not like a normal team.
Then that's stupid. Then
Well,
that's the fans' fault because
look,
they've won
I'm not-
won two Super Bowls their entire career, their entire
I'm not
existence.
disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying, the expectations are high, and even in the building, expectations will be high too.
Yeah, winning
So
Super Bowls are hard. Winning 2 in a row is very hard.
back to back is
There's
not
only been
impossible.
2 teams that have won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Like this, I mean, it's not just you don't just run the team back and get it. Like the Bucks did it a few years ago. We talked about where they had every starter return and they made the playoffs and lost in the second round of the playoffs. Like it's fucking hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Like all I'm saying is, Eagles fans, cut them some slack. Maybe try like supporting your team instead of tearing it apart.
Look, I think overall, like I said, overall talent-wise, we can contend. We need to do something with the play calling, which I've been banging on for a month.
I'm just not ready to give up on them because they had a loss to the Cowboys, who are running hot at the moment with a lot of new players on the road in division, which happens every year. Like the shittest team in the NFC East beats the best team in the NFC East every year anyway.
Yeah, and
That
like
happens.
the Rams,
Giants beat you guys.
the
They're
Rams lost
awful.
to the Panthers. We're not crucifying them.
100%.
I know what you're
Like
saying.
I think we're throwing the baby out with the bathwater a little bit. They're
If the
still
Rams
content-
lost twice in a row, I reckon there'd be questions asked.
potentially, yeah, and we'll find out. Like we'll see the Eagles. I can't remember who the Eagles have this week, but
Chargers.
Chargers. Like I think they'll beat the
That's
Chargers.
in LA.
I think they'll beat the Chargers with their own. If they lose to the Chargers, then maybe
Can
I'll change my
I
mind.
say pending pretender?
That's fine. You can say
Because
Contender.
I have not seen enough out of this offense for me to think that they can do enough to win a championship game. I think they're good enough to get there.
Yep.
If they have a stretch of 3 weeks and it looks like it did last year, Saquon gets his average over that span up to like 4.5 yards a carry. Hurts is throwing the ball further than he can reach.
Then he can reach his diabolic.
Then like they stand a chance, but we've got an 11-week sample size of them outside of the Rams playing the most pussy-footed defense and against the Vikings, who have been the biggest roller coaster defense of the league. They've been pretty dreadful on offense.
Very fair.
That's very fair.
So I'm taking into account that I've seen this personnel do it before, albeit 12 months ago.
Just for the record, the Eagles have had 4 scoreless halves this year. The only team with more is the Titans with 5.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
And
and
all that being said, I'm not ready to give up.
no, that's and
I hate them.
Pending.
Yes, that's fair.
So
The players have really underperformed this year.
And I think they're drinking their own bathwater a bit.
Like Barkley's not going to rush for 800 yards. He's not even going to get close to 1,000 yards this year. Like that's really underperforming
100%.
for that level of talent with that money as well. Like everyone should be playing better.
Couldn't agree more.
their front seven will keep him in most games.
All right, we've got the Buccaneers, contender or pretender, number 4 seed in the NFC, second in the NFL for turnover difference. I think behind the Texans. Another good stat from Big Tommy Boy. I think it's this you, Georgie.
Yep, sure is.
What do you got, big fella?
I've got them as pretenders, and I said unfortunately injuries and age have caught up with them.
Yeah,
a
I think
little bit.
that's the problem. I think they'll win the division. Well, I actually don't think they'll win the division. We'll talk about that soon because I think the Panthers are ascending and they're descending.
Yeah, that's fair.
Baker's hurt. He's playing injured, which I love about him. Don't get me wrong. And he's playing fine, but it's all catching up.
Roster's aging, injuries here, injuries there. Like, yeah, I just
the fact that I like Bucky Irving as much as the next guy, but the fact that the last 6 weeks they've been like, oh, we just got to get Bucky back, and he's not that good a player. Like he's a good player. He's not. He shouldn't be it's almost.
He's not in the same vein as JTT or
no. It's almost a Dalton Kincaid argument. Like your whole team shouldn't revolve around Bucky Irving being successful.
Very fair.
Or not.
they're obviously they're good enough to be a playoff team.
Yep.
But they might even be good enough to sneak a playoff win.
Yep.
Potentially, but
I don't know about that.
well, if they're the 4 seed, and they get
They get what the Bears,
or
Packers,
maybe Green
Rams,
Bay.
49ers,
I
Seattle.
actually don't think they'll be a playoff team. I think the Panthers are going to beat them twice.
Well, yeah, the Panthers are very, very frisky, especially with that win against the Rams.
That's a confidence boost.
Internally, yeah, they got their tails up now. I definitely agree with that.
Yep.
I
Right now.
think our biggest fears of this team has all come true, and we didn't want to admit it, but it's happened. They're forever going to be a very good NFC East, NFC South team.
Yep.
And an okay NFL team.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Unless they refresh it.
They've just
got
aged
to
out.
refresh it.
They've just aged out.
Yeah, unfortunately. And Evans being hurt, all that stuff sucks. But again, what's he, 34 years old? At this point, it becomes more of an expectation than unlucky.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
It's not like the Chargers who lose
it's
two
terrible.
24-year-old tackles. Like, they're old. Godwin's been in and out of the team.
They do look
like Ibuka's saved them this year.
They do look a lot better with Godwin, though.
Oh, 100% they do, because he's a polished player.
Yeah.
He just knows what he's doing, right?
Apart from that one, while we're talking about, did anyone see that dot that Baker threw in the end zone? And
in the corner?
No, right under the goalpost, and it whizzed through two defenders, and Godwin didn't even know it was going to come, and it hit him in the hands. It had so much zip on it. I could hear it from Melbourne. Like it was, it came out of a cannon.
He does have a cannon of an arm, in fairness, Baker. I love Baker.
I love Baker as well.
And they got him on a team-friendly deal, so they could.
They're fine. They can do a little soft rebuild.
Reset. Yeah.
And they've got Ibuka. They've hit on Ibuka.
Yep.
So they've got a new number one gun receiver.
Good young receiver. Good young running back.
Decent O-line with
Decent O-line.
Wirth's one of the best tackles in football.
So-
This year he'd be right up there as the best.
Well, last year he was first team All-Pro last year.
He was.
Yeah.
Much to Lane Johnson's dismay.
No, it was Jordan Mailata. He beat out left tackle.
Yeah.
Which, except I could have gone either way last year. All right, let's go to Scotty's Seattle
I don't have
Seahawks. No, I'm just saying they're your team. Relax, Malacca. You're out of control.
Thank you. Seriously.
That's fucking. I'll start talking Persian here if you're not careful. They're the number 5 seed in the NFC, a very healthy 9-5. Number 5 seed at 9-3.
Yep.
Second in the NFL for points for games and defensive interceptions. They've just done an absolute fucking number on poor Max Brosner, the quarterback. And I've got a confession to make. For some reason, while we were talking when that game was playing, I thought Seattle were down.
Yeah, I had no idea what you were talking about.
And I was like, oh my God, are they gonna lose to the Max Brosnan? This team can't be serious if they lose. And then I went and I was like, oh no, they're up 19-0, not down. I was like, 13-0. How'd the Vikings score a touchdown?
That was a good win, a shutout win. That was a good win.
Yeah. All right. What do you got, George?
Do I have them? Yes, I do.
Yes, George.
I've got them as contenders only as long as Darnold can hold it together in the playoffs.
That's very fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
That's the only question mark.
Because
it really is.
That team from top to bottom is extremely polished. They got talent everywhere.
Yep.
They got that defense is loaded on every line.
They haven't even been fully healthy.
JSN is in the argument to be not one of the best receivers in the league, but one of the top offensive players in the league.
I think he'll win, oh boy.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
It's just a case if Darnold can hold it together in the playoffs, which he's yet to do.
That's very fair.
So that's a wrinkle in his game that he needs to iron out, and he needs to show us that.
Yep. Because
as you've said before many times in this podcast already, when the bullets are firing, he's got to be able to stand in there and make the throws that he can make, because he's done it last year and again this year. He can make the throws. He can make the throws, but he's just got to get out of his own head and step up and make the throws. And if he can, they can win the whole thing.
I'm so excited to watch them play the Rams next. It's not next week; it's the week after. Yeah, it's a couple of weeks away. I cannot wait. I genuinely think that might decide the Super Bowl participant from the NFC.
Because of the 1 seed. Yeah. If he can hold it together, they can win the whole thing. There's no reason why they can't. They've got more than enough talent, and they've got excellent coaches.
I think this week was a bad offensive performance, but a step in the right direction. So I think Sam Darnold got blitzed on 64% of his passing plays.
He did, yep.
Had
Over
no
Bradford
turnovers, had a few bad drops, and Seattle basically came out in the second half and said, hey, the game's well and truly over. Let's just get back to the rooms.
It felt like a team that didn't want to fuck around with the Vikings anymore, who were a decent defense. I was like, you know what? We don't have to muck around with you guys. You're not going to score a point.
Defense is going to know Sam better than anyone. The team that trained against him for the entire season last year.
That's fair.
So they kept the ball out of harm's way. They just went, hey, Sam, don't worry about it. You have 124 yards, or it was more than that, but have, the box score. You look at that box score and you're like, what the hell happened? It was like, no, control the game, win the game, get a dub. But you're right. Everything you said is 100% right. But I just think it's
I'll make a note of the time. Scott said I was right. Clip that.
Yeah. No, but it's a fair question. We haven't seen it when the bullets are flying. We've seen that he can do it. Just needs to do it.
What we've seen is when the bullets are flying, we've seen him fold. And now we need to see.
No, but you've only seen that. He's been blitzed all year, and up until the Rams game.
Bullets. We're talking about playoffs.
I know. But he's only played, one playoff game?
True.
So,
against Detroit.
you got to take like the body of work over the last 2 years. He's been blitzed consistently up until the Rams game. He was the best quarterback against a blitz.
I also think that the reason I'm so interested in the Rams game, and I think if they can beat
That
the
is the
Rams,
ghost on his.
it's their bunny team, because I think they played him in week 17 or whatever last year.
Yep.
The Vikings, and I think that actually
No,
destroyed
it's round
him.
one of the playoffs.
No, they played the Lions in round one. They lost to the Lions. They had the
Oh,
shocking.
yes,
They
you're right,
could have
you're
been. I think they could. Either way, it was a game that mattered to the Vikings, and they lost to the Rams. I actually think the Rams are kind of Darnold's team, and if you can overcome them and beat them and play well against them, and I think last year what they did to him when he was at the Vikings, that actually hurt them for that next game the next week, because he was like, "Shit, I can't do this."
Just to kill his confidence.
Yes,
I'm gonna push back. I don't even think they need to win that game.
Just if he plays well,
he's just got to play well.
Yeah,
if he plays well, they'll win.
I agree. If he plays well,
they won't lose.
Honestly, I agree. Yeah.
If he had 2 less interceptions, if he just took there was 2 that weren't his fault, and I believe that. If he just took the 2 that were awful mistakes from him, they probably win that game.
We potentially would have won by 10 points.
I agree. I think that's how
they wouldn't have scored twice. That's for sure.
They still had a chance to win the game.
Yeah,
with the 4 picks. So yeah, you're right.
Yep. All right. Next team, we have the Green Bay Packers.
This will be Scotty's team for sure.
Scotty, number 6 seed, 8-3-1.
Jordan Love,
3rd ranked quarterback on PFF. Jordan Love. Just Tommy's put that in for you, Scotty. What do you got, big boy?
I have Pretenders.
Oh!
boom, boom, boom.
No, can I?
I'm leaving. I'm done. He's trolling me now. He's trolling me at this point.
Are you fucking with us?
No, because outside of
number 1, for what it's worth.
Yeah, that was 6 weeks ago, man. If you don't take the facts that you've been given over a certain amount of time and change your opinion, you're an idiot. You said that to me once.
Yeah, but that's Scott who dies on every hill.
I agree. This is bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm actually off you. I'm so soft.
No. Outside of the Lions game, they've been pretty bad on offense.
Yeah, it's fair.
And the body of work leading up to that. Now, at this very point, that was a divisional game.
Yeah.
So you take that a little bit weird here and there. If they on offense play like that for the rest of the season, absolute contender, probably number 1 seed.
But we just need to see it a bit more.
I just need to see a little bit more consistency.
Yep, that's fair.
And
How
I think
come when I've been saying that all year, which I've been saying all year exactly what you just said now, you've shitted on me.
Because it's fun now to do it when you least expect it.
Oh, hang on.
That's what I'm saying. He's trolling me. That's what I'm saying.
And he's winning.
This is a troll.
Look how upset you are.
He's in my head, bro.
Yeah, no. He's playing chess. You're playing checkers.
You're not even in the same area, mate.
I might have to.
He's playing chess. You're playing on the swings at the park where the chess game is.
I might have to bash him and then bench press it in front of him.
Can you just bench press? Why do you have to bash everyone?
Oh,
No.
Can?
I think losing Tucker Kraft has taken longer than I anticipated for them to get the offense rolling.
Yeah.
And Christian Watson coming back from injury
getting going a bit. Yeah.
is sort of taking that role a little bit. So the wheels are in motion. And this was a bit of a coin flip. But I think tough division. If they don't win their division, I don't see them winning a playoff game on the road.
That's fair too. But I think they'll win the division personally. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they will. I think the Bears are the Bears are great. Don't get me wrong, but
the Bears have won a lot of games, man.
Yeah, but
they're only one game up on them.
They're one game up. I think they play each other. It might even be this week. They play each other. They played each other twice. Still, no. Packers blew the doors off them early in the year, didn't they? No, the Lions blew the doors off them. Yeah. I think they played each other twice in the last 3 weeks.
I think you're right.
I think that's their team. So that's what I mean. It's going to come down to those.
You know
games.
the easy way of figuring this out.
There's this thing called the internet. I'm leaning more towards Contender. I think they'll win the division, and then they've got as good a chance as any team in the NFC, other than the Rams, to win it.
They're ascending, but what I've seen for the last 4 weeks, I can't give them a full contender. For me personally, the only contender is the Rams.
Yeah, I know.
In the whole NFL, everyone else, including Seattle, because of the question marks with Darnold, everyone else is a contender. There's only one team in a tier by themselves.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just before we put a bow on this one, have a look at this for a run. They've got Bears, Packers. So they got Bears, Broncos, at Bears, Ravens, at Vikings.
Yeah, some tough games there.
You're right, it's a tough run, but I think they beat the Bears twice.
You think they're sweeping the Bears?
I don't think that they win enough games to win the division.
Wow, that's a diabolical call.
Why?
Because the Bears are good.
Yeah, but they're better.
Who have the Bears beaten?
I don't know. They're not better though. They haven't shown that they're better, especially offensively.
The Bears have only beaten the Vikings in division. Lost the Lions twice.
I think they split. I don't think they sweep.
I think they sweep. I think Packers win the division.
Okay,
and they break the Bears' hearts.
Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks, but that's football. I think they're just a more polished team.
You reckon Jordan Love busts out the?
Oh, that'd be fantastic if he did that.
If he does it?
Green Bay quarterbacks own Chicago.
Yep.
It's like from Brett Favre.
I'll tell you what.
How long it's been.
If he does the belt thing, he might win me over.
There we go. All
I'm
right.
gonna message him.
Next one, we've got the San Francisco 49ers, number 7 seed in the NFC, 9-4, which is just wild that it's 7 seed. 8-2 in the conference. I think this is James. What? They're not on my list. Anyway. Oh, no, sorry. They are on my list. Contender. And I'll tell you why. They were injured like hell. They've banked wins while injured, and they're getting healthy.
Mac Jones, they did. You're right.
They're playoff polished. Purdy hasn't been great since he came back, but I don't
Hasn't been
think
great since he's been in the league.
Yeah, I don't think he's the be all and end all of this team. CMC is the be all and end all. I think he's going to be able to stay healthy for the year because that's just the trend he kind of does 1 year on, 1 year off.
Yep.
I think they're going to let him carry them. The Ayuk stuff's weird, but even the Juwan Jennings stuff's weird. Like he's out of control, but they're a very polished, well-coached team, both offensively and defensively.
Yep.
And the fact that Salah's lost his 2 best players on defense in Bosa and
Fred Warner.
Yep. And their defense is still playing at a really high level, it just gives me hope. I think there's no reason to think these guys can't make a run. They've showed us it before, and I think they've got the potential to show us it again.
They play the Rams and Seattle to finish the year, and we'll get a very good understanding of what the 49ers are.
I think so too, but they
beaten some bad teams. They lost to the Jags. They lost to the Titans, Texans recently.
They also beat Seattle week one.
Yeah,
again, we always take Seattle. I think Seattle beat themselves.
Yeah, and Seattle just outcoached themselves.
Yeah.
Also, the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, because no one plays in the preseason.
It's almost like preseason.
It's almost a wash.
No, I think that's fair. But I just think that they've been to 3 Super Bowls in the past 5 years, 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. NFC Championship game 4 times.
They lost that one before.
And this is their last run. I think they know they're going to lose a lot of guys, and I think I think they've got a chance.
I think the thing that gives them a chance, and George said this before, is Salah and Shanahan's the best coach combo.
100%. That's it. That's
and
what
like you said, battle tested. No team would want to face them in the playoffs.
Absolutely not.
And the reason, just to add on to what you said, that they're well coached and you just know that they're not going to beat themselves.
No
matter what happens, you're going to have to beat them.
Yep.
And that's a tough order,
especially in playoffs.
Yep. And they're going to ride CMC until the wheels fall off.
I agree, and as they should. He's their meal ticket on offense.
And hey, that's what the money's for, man.
100%. He's going to live very long and rich life.
Amen.
How do you think that goes against some of the better teams against the run?
Yeah, but I also think they can pass the ball, and I think they can play good defense against those teams. I think they can play defensively well enough against the Rams and the Seattles to keep them in the game. And then they've got Shanahan who can make some plays when it matters.
He can definitely scheme guys.
He can scheme it up when it matters. I'm not saying they're going to score 30 points on those sorts of teams, but they can keep it close because that's what they do. They don't beat themselves, so the games stay naturally close. And then they've got the guys and the coaching staff to win it offensively and defensively when it matters.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying that there's a lot of teams that don't have a chance. They're not one of them. They've got a chance.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the Detroit Lions. They are currently the number 8 seed, 7-5, third in their division though. Just let that be well known.
Swept by the Packers.
They've beaten the Bears once. I think they've swept the Vikings. I can't quite remember.
They lost to the Vikings.
Oh, they did too. They lost to the Vikings too. So, yeah, third in their division, which kills them. I've
got them as pretenders, and my note is that they've missed their window. That's it.
I feel like the year they let the Niners come back from when they were up 24-0 was
2 years ago. Yeah.
And it hurts me that I think
last year was their proper year. They just got
and the injury screwed them last year as well.
They were absolutely railed.
But I think if they win that game over the Niners, which if they don't beat themselves and win that game, I genuinely think they go and win the Super Bowl next week. I think the
Chiefs, yeah.
I think everything's in the right direction for them. I think the momentum's there. They've got a huge win over an NFC like championship caliber team, and they're rolling in. And they had that attitude of we don't give a shit who we're playing, and they killed themselves.
Yep.
And they cost themselves that game.
Do you agree their window's shut?
this iteration of it. I agree. They're still got a very young team, remember, and like keep in mind they're missing Laporta, which is a massive part of the team. They maybe beat Green Bay last week with Amon-Ra St. Brown. They had no juice on offense. Their offense is so reliant on Gibbs breaking off big plays, which is the only reason they beat the Giants in overtime the week before.
True.
I think they can refresh it, get some guys back healthy, and there's no reason to think they can't be a really good team again next year. But this season, their record at the moment, third in the division. The injuries they have, Amon-Ra St. Brown's not playing this week and potentially next week. Like, there's a very real chance they lose to the Cowboys this week.
Yeah.
Which we wouldn't have never said a month ago.
That's a Thursday night game.
Yeah, we would have never said that a month ago.
And going on what you said before, the Cowboys want that. They want that win. The division's still alive.
100%.
They're not mucking around. They're playing to win.
It's going to tell us a lot about both teams this Friday.
Agreed.
Definitely didn't miss their window.
No, I think they win. I think this iteration, I think they can rebuild it. I think they've got.
I don't even think this iteration. They've got so much talent.
Do you think they can reload and go again next year?
I think that they just need to tweak the edges and they are flying next year.
It's lots of weird things for this team. Like Hutchinson was like the third best pass rusher in the NFL by win percentage over the first 6 weeks or whatever. He's like 40th in the league now over the past 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown obviously being injured hurts. Laporta being injured hurts. Gibbs is the most efficient and explosive running back in the NFL, but he just gets shut down from time. And then I think that we can't bury the lead on the fact that Goff doesn't look like the same guy without Ben Johnson, which is fair. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's a new system, all that sort of stuff. It might not quite work for him, but he's not the same guy without him. Ben Johnson brought the best out in him, and they've lost that. So they've got to either refine it or find another option. So the most likely option is they refine that with another coach, but they've got some work to do, and I don't think it's going to happen this year.
Yeah, definitely a busy offseason coming up.
But I don't think their window's closed. I think the season's closed.
Yeah, this season's a lost season, but there's still a contender.
I think there's too many good teams in the NFC at the moment, and there's too many good young teams. Like the Rams are pretty young. I mean, obviously, other than Stafford, they're
but
young.
if Stafford doesn't come back next year, I wouldn't even say the Rams are a playoff team.
It doesn't matter, bro. They're going to give all the picks to the Bengals and get Burrow. What are we talking about here?
Actually, no, they'll just draft it off Atlanta's great pick.
They're probably going to have definitely a top 10 pick.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to stack all the picks. They're going to get here. Bengals take all these picks.
I hope they do, because then they'll just be a juggernaut in my division. It'd be great.
And then Seattle are young and good. The Packers are young and good. There's too many good young teams.
But so are they. They're
very young. Remember that.
Yeah, but I kind of think that Goff's not. What am I trying to say here?
Goff's the biggest question mark there. He needs an elite coach and an elite offense around him.
He's just a dude. Like, he's not a superhero.
That's fair. Like, and he never has been. It's never been his calling card.
And I think a lot of that was masked last year with Johnson.
Very fair. Very fair. All right, let's go to the the Dallas Cowboys. My mistake. They are currently the number 9 seed, which is just bizarre to say after their start to the season. 6-5-1, first in the NFL for yards per game. I believe this is you, Scotty.
Yeah, I have them as pretenders.
Yep. He's put James, but it's definitely Scott.
For 2 reasons. They've got too many losses now, and they're not going to win the division. I know mathematically they can, but I think the Eagles will just get 1 or 2 more wins, and then that slams the door shut. Yeah. They don't play the style of football that travels well.
Nope.
Especially in playoffs. And I think if by some miracle they do get to the playoffs, if they play one of the top seeds, they will just get smoked. Because
all the pressure will be on the offense still. Because teams like their run defense got better with Williams, but I think
it's improved from where it was, but it's nowhere near a playoff caliber defense.
I think what Jerry Jones has done this year is put them back into the contention over the next couple of years.
Yeah,
with the moves he's made.
Yeah,
he's
not contention.
If Prescott keeps playing the way he plays and they get better on defense,
no. Next year they're in contention to win the division.
100%. Yeah.
But they're not a championship contender next year.
Doesn't matter, mate. You win the division, you're in the dance.
What are they missing to be a contender next year? Because the offense is one of the best in the NFL, so that's set. They've got young offensive linemen who are
a reliable running game.
Booker's maybe the best offensive lineman in the NFL. Their running game this year's been outstanding with Williams,
but it's not reliable.
I disagree on that. I think it's been probably one of the strongest parts of their team, other than
I don't know. It definitely during stretches of games when they need to grind first
against good defense. I understand.
And they're
it's good enough though. The running game's good enough.
Yeah, but we're splitting hairs here
contenders.
about contending for
You're right. That's the
for a
difference.
title.
Yeah, it's a
Like-
fine line.
Yeah, and the back end of their defense, I don't like it. They'll get torched.
Yeah,
I think so
The
too.
secondary needs
A lot of work to it, mainly at safety.
So I strongly disagree that they will be a contender rolling into next year with this current roster.
You don't think they can fix a secondary in an off season? You don't think they can like get one or two free agents and draft one or two guys? And
Well, who are they getting? Darius Slay. Like good teams don't get rid of good players that can turn
They've-
defenses around.
They've got 2 first-round picks next year. They could hit on a couple. They could.
can.
That's
They
what they're
can.
hoping.
And they typically draft well.
I just think
yes,
that
they do, but I can't say that they're a contender because they've got 2 picks next year.
I don't often give credit to Jerry Jones, or the Joneses, but they have taken this team from very suddenly looking like it was descending to the pits of NFL irrelevance to turning it in the same season to a team that looks like it's now ascending in the right direction.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Just not in,
But
not even, I think, in this year, a playoff contender.
that's
not this year, but I think next year that could be a playoff contender.
I think so.
Yes, but not, I think next year, yes, I agree. They could be a playoff contender. I don't think they're a championship contender.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Also, I'm glad you had him as pretender because the amount of hype they've got over beating, again, we talked about the Eagles, division rival, it happens all the time. Beating the Chiefs, realistically, we all thought they'd beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs,
We all said it. Yeah.
the Chiefs aren't a good team.
No, they're not.
So it's great. It was a needed win. It was a monkey off the back game for Prescott. He got it done in the crunch when he needed to.
Yep.
Especially that last drive where they didn't even score on. He just needed to get 3 first downs because you don't want to give it back to Mahomes
Yep.
with a 3-point lead.
That was really
and
good,
he,
actually.
And he played perfectly on that drive and
He did.
made it happen. So
You can be a good team without being a contender.
yeah, 100%. So it's
Yep.
ascending in the right direction. But I'm glad you're not buying into just those 2 wins and they beat the 2 Super Bowl contenders. In
You
the
know,
same
you
week.
know my social media footprint.
Oh,
I'm
they
all
love
over the trends at the moment.
Yeah, the worst part of winning those 2 games is now I've got to hear about the Dallas. Now they've become relevant, and I've got to hear everyone talking about them because I don't think they win the division. I don't think they make the playoffs personally.
No, I don't think so.
No. All right, the last team on the list, my Carolina Panthers. Our Carolina Panthers, not George's, not yours. You
You
can't
can
have
never
them.
have them.
No, I don't want them.
In fairness, they are the number 10 seed in the NFC right now, 7 and 6.
That's why I don't want them.
But they are tied for the Bucks on record. They play them twice. I have them as pretender, but fun. They're fun, and Carolina Panthers fans deserve it. They're enjoyable. The Bryce Young roller coaster, I'm sure if you're a fan, it's infuriating.
Mhm.
But shit, watching him play the way he plays every second week,
He was better this week.
he was very good against the Rams.
He was
He was very
second
good.
week
But
is
the week
funny.
before, he was awful. And then the week before, he
Against the
broke
Packers,
the
wasn't it?
franchise record.
Yeah.
It's so up and down. But what this tells me is it gives you faith that if he can just close that gap by 30%, this team can be really good because the defense is strong. I think we are seeing a turning, but they're pretended. They're not winning the Super Bowl this year. No way. They're going to get knocked out probably in the first round of the playoffs. But I think they're going to win the division, and it is a turning of the tide in the NFC South. It's no longer going to be the Bucks. Oh, the Falcons should be really talented. They should be able to do it. I think it's becoming the Panthers division, and that is the first step on being an ascending team.
Definitely turning of the tide.
Yep.
I definitely agree with that.
I think
I'm
so
just
too.
not sure about Bryce Young.
That's fair, and because he's so up and down. His
Because we
best
just-
is so good.
I
And he's
I need to see 4 or 5. I just want him to string together 4 or 5 games.
Is
Of
he-
good,
is-
consistent play?
he's the
then I'll be
NFC
on
Bo
board.
Nix. He's
Yeah.
very similar to Bo Nix. His best is really good, and they can score 26 points
His
in a
best
quarter
is
and win a
better.
game. But Bryce Young's
He's-
best, I think, is better. Yeah, I agree.
Young's best is better than Nick's. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Look, Young's best is franchise record breaking.
Yeah.
That's how good he was 2 weeks ago. Like that he's going to be in the record book forever, probably for the Panthers.
Whose record was that, by the way? Was that Cam
Jake
Newton's?
Del Holmes. I think.
Oh,
think it was
well,
Dalton.
yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
so-
what I mean. Like they're changing the tide. Canales, well done. This team, it's been such a long time since
like
they've had
Canales
success. He's very likable, very handsome.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Smoke show.
I'm
That's
straight as an arrow.
your-
I'm straight as an arrow, and even I'm like, shit, dude.
I'm not as straight as an arrow. I might bend, but he'd get me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it outright.
Fair.
He's
Very
a
fair.
handsome
He's
son of a
handsome
bitch. But yeah, I just think it's pretenders, but shit, they're fun and they're going to win the division. They're not really going to win it. They're going to sweep the Bucks in
So
the
they
last
have
2 games.
Saints. They're
Win.
at Saints, then Tampa Bay, then Seattle, then at Bucks.
They lose to Seattle, they win the rest.
Yeah, that's not an unfair.
They're not losing to the Saints again. That was Bryce Young's other awful game when they lost to the Saints.
That's not an unfair statement. So that would put them on how many wins? 10 wins?
I think that'd be 10 wins. That's 7 wins out. 11 wins.
No, if they win 3 of their last 4.
Yeah.
Oh, they only got 4 games left.
Yep.
They got to buy this week.
Yes.
They're going to buy. Okay,
They
so they
gotta
got
buy
4
this
games.
week,
Yeah, so
yep.
7 and 6. They put them on 11 wins. If they win. Sorry, if they win 3, they'll be 10 and 6.
10 and 6.
7, but they'll win the division. That's
10
the bottom
and 6 is
line.
a great result, man.
10 and
10 and
7.
7.
But
10 and
they'll
7,
win the division, and that's what do we always say? Get into the dance.
Yeah,
What's
man,
the easiest way to get in the dance? Win your division. Doesn't matter how shit the rest are. Doesn't matter the Bucks are dropping off. It's a changing of the tide.
At least, and they'll probably be the 4 seed. They'll get a home playoff game, and then all bets are off.
No, it's not.
I don't
That'll
think-
be a 6-point underdog at home.
I don't think the bets are off. I think whoever the 5 seed is will probably be Green Bay, or if it's Chicago, I'd say they could beat Chicago at home.
The 5 seed's probably going to be out of the West.
Oh, it'll be Saddle or Rams. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
It's over.
Oh yeah, because they'll have
Yeah.
the higher win.
It'll be
Yeah.
Saddle Rams or Niners, I'd say.
Yeah.
Most likely Saddle or Rams.
No, I don't think they could beat any of those teams.
No, that's what I mean.
But even still, it doesn't matter. It's still a good result.
It's a win for the
that's
season.
why it's fun.
Yep.
Because Panthers fans, and shout out to our boy Hayden. He's a big listener to the show.
Shout out.
Enjoy it, man. There's not many Panthers fans out there. You're the only one I know.
Have
so
they
enjoy
picked
it.
up a Young's 5th-year option?
No, end of this year. Same as Stroud.
Do you think they do it?
Yes.
For the same reasons, you don't want to get off the bandwagon too early.
Yeah. And I think Young will be easy to walk away from in a year.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think, sorry. I don't think Young, if he has the same season as this at the end of next year, he'll be going, well, pay me or I'm not playing my 5th year. I think he's the sort of kid that'll be like, I'll play. All good.
Yeah, I'll
I've got my
play.
5th year option. I'm happy to keep earning my right. He's shown nothing, but that's all he does. Whereas Stroud's personality is almost the polar opposite. He'll be like, no, I got to the playoffs. I've won the division maybe 3 times. I don't want your 5th year option. I want you to sign me long term.
Sure.
I think that's just from seeing them interact. That's probably the personality
Sort of
type.
kid he is. That's fair.
That's why I think Bryce Young should get it, because I think he'll happily play his 5th year option without a long term contract. Personally,
I like Young. I want him to do good. I hope he
he's a very likable kid, extremely likable.
fine young man.
All right, that is it for us this week. That's our contender or
Preview.
pretender. What's the game? Is it Cowboys at Lions?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I think it's at Cowboys. I
Mm,
think it's at Cowboys.
well, there's a quick way. Scotty's looking up. It's definitely Cowboys and Lions. How do we feel about this game? Because I personally think without Amon-Ra St. Brown, without Laporta, Gibbs can obviously do some damage to the Dallas
It's
Cowboys.
at
too.
Lions. Apologies.
I thought it was at Lions, yeah. I think the fact that Dan Campbell definitely hates the Dallas Cowboys because of the refs. He's still like, what did they run? 9 trick plays last year with Skipper when they put 40
Yeah.
points on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that vendetta is still there, but I think that the Lions are maybe just not talented enough right now offensively to compete with the Cowboys offense.
I have Lions 2 scores corner dog game,
Yeah, that's fair too. Corner dog game comes into it. I said I don't think the Cowboys are that good, but
especially at home. They're not going to drop 2 at home in a row.
the Packers did just put 30 points on Detroit's defense, and I think the
Division
Cowboys
game. Take it a little bit.
yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. I think the Lions will win, but I think this is going to be a closer game. I think Lions will
Yeah.
probably win by 10 points. They'll just stay.
That's what I-
They'll just
that's what I
stay in
think,
front
yeah.
of it for most of it. Have the answers when the Cowboys come back.
I think this
they'll
is a
win.
1-score shootout. Is what I think.
It'd be fun.
It definitely could be.
Because
Yeah.
both defenses are like sieves, and I think both offenses can get up and going. If Gibbs rushes 200 yards, they're putting up 30 points.
I just think that
That's fair.
you know that if the Lions are behind, that they can score to win. I don't know if the Cowboys, if they get behind, they can throw themselves back into a game.
No,
That
they
will
don't.
play into the Lions' hands.
Yeah, they
more.
normally turn the ball over and do dumb shit
Yeah,
because they get
yeah.
so desperate.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's Prescott's biggest flaw this year. When he's desperate, he makes dumb mistakes, right?
Yep.
In fairness, the last 2 weeks they've been down 21 points to the Eagles and 14 points to the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
that's very fair.
I'm saying,
That's
like,
very
they
fair.
did it
And
against the Eagles. They
and
just
yeah, but
literally-
Yeah, but you put the Eagles up here. In reality, they're
no, I think the Eagles are a good defense. I think that defensively they're better
They're
than the
good.
Lions.
Oh, much better than the Lions. Lions
the Lions' secondary is very good. Also,
at times.
Joseph on social media is, I think
Kirby
he said
Joseph, the
he's praying.
safety.
He said he's praying for God or something like that, and then deactivated everything. He's had a lingering knee injury that he can't get right. So
Okay.
yeah, he's an ascending stud at safety.
Well, he just got his big contract. Too,
Yeah, so it's a little bit worrying to see a young player that might have a deteriorating knee.
Oh, yeah, it's never a good sign.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, he's hitting that age where it does happen. Your second contract's where that stuff it can catch up with.
Yeah.
It. Touch on wood. I hope it doesn't.
I just like to see really, really good players.
Players playing well.
Yeah, and just playing.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for the game. It's good for the league.
It's good. This game's going to tell us a lot about these teams. If the Cowboys win this game, then it's really is game on for them.
In the dome, I'm expecting a shootout. Both quarterbacks that are happy to pass the ball in a dome, that like playing in a dome. I think high scoring shootout.
No sun for Pickens.
On my leg. It's at night today.
Listen, starting in Cowboys Stadium is wild.
All right, let's
So who are we taking? I'm taking Lions.
Lions 30-27.
Yep, beautiful. All right, we're taking the Lions. That is it for us this week. Make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and the Tickety Talk. Get on our clips. Shout out to Tommy for his work on the clips, and
100%.
he's adding some awesome stuff to it.
Plenty of opportunities for you to agree and disagree with us, and we want to hear all your opinions. Voice them loudly in the comments, please.
100%. Shout out to Sporting Globe Turnside Park. Download the app. Change the account information. Sponsorship to the Vault Studio NFL podcast, and get around now, guys. Peace out, everyone.
Ciao.